Welcome to the MCN kit list with me, Products Editor Justin Hayzelden. In this series, I'll be talking to a different member of the team about particular aspects of kit, whether it's the kit that they wear every day, the kit that they want to get for the new season, or in the case of Assistant Editor Ben Clarke, the kit that he just can't give up.
So, Arai Quantic. It was, by Anats Whisker, the first ECE 2206 helmet on the market. There are plenty of other helmets on the market that theoretically match this in terms of spec and safety, but there's nothing quite the same as putting an Arai helmet on your head. I think it looks great, it's a bit racy, but it's kind of a touring helmet. There's nothing sort of too flash about it, the way that the vents are and everything. They've got that clever new vent that's built into the Arai badge on the brow. I've worn this in it's verging on 40 degrees in Germany and through to the Czech Republic, and I stayed nice and cool. Really good ventilation on that. I have this Bell helmet, which was the first Bell helmet that I ever tested. The visor on this is excellent. It comes off just by pushing these buttons on the outside. There's very little to muck about with in terms of removing the visor. And it's a pro tint, which I'd not used before. So when you go outside, it very quickly reacts to the UV light from the sun and becomes a dark visor. But because it goes light again, if the conditions change, it's road legal. The only time it's really let me down has been on cloudy but very bright days. We get a white sky, and it sometimes goes just a little bit darker than I'd like, but it's fractional. It's not enough to be dangerous. The other really good thing about this visor is doesn't mist up. I've had a few Bell helmets now and it's always the same. So they've obviously put some kind of coating on it, but it works. It's got a magnet on the end of the chin strap. So you do your double D ring up and then this magnet just sticks onto the end of that.
Excellent.
It sounds really daft, but I've just got so used to pulling the chin strap up and then sort of letting go of it and it just sticks in place.
Yeah.
And then when I put a helmet on with a popper, I'm like, oh, I've got to snap a popper in place. Like, you know,
It's
really
extra
daft,
faff, isn't it?
Yeah, and when you're putting a helmet on and off loads of times a day on a tour or something like that, or a photo shoot, or a long day riding, it does make a difference to just have that ease of use. I always look at riding jeans as being better than a pair of Tesco jeans. These go a hell of a lot further than that. So these are Road Skin Tyrannis. Mm-hmm. They are AAA rated, but they're single layer, so they're really comfy. They feel like a normal pair of jeans to wear. You get protection at the knees and the hips. So you can wear them on the bike, ride to work, walk around all day at work, feel like you're wearing a normal pair of jeans. Same if you go to the pub. This is the appallingly named RST Arsport. It's just really comfy. I've toured in it. I've used it for several track days. I've actually slept in this because I got to a campsite in Spain in the pouring rain and I couldn't bring myself to set the tent up and then find a way of stripping off. So I just laid down and went to sleep. We got up in the morning and it fitted even better when I woke up in the morning. It's perforated as well, and the perforations work really well. When you get up to speed on a hot day, it keeps you nice and cool. Must have done 60,000 miles in this.
Really?
Must have done, yeah, over the years. But it doesn't really look worse for wear.
Well, that's just starting to look good, actually. Yeah. Everyone loves that slept-in look.
So this is the Shad SW45 backpack. Mm-hmm. I only actually got this last year, so this is current range. So the first thing to say about it is that it is enormous. It's more like a roll bag than a backpack. You can absolutely stuff this full of things. It is completely waterproof. Through all the motorway spray, standing water coming at it in all angles, it never lets a drop in. It has this novel kind of flap. You unhook these buckles, and then when you've gone to the BSB for the day or whatever, and you take the top half of your leathers off, you can just pull this flap over the jacket and tighten it up, and then carry that around with you all day.
Right.
The bag also doubles up as a tail pack. It comes with the fixings to put it on the bike, so you can use that then to secure a case of beer or whatever else you need to carry. But yeah, excellent bag. Really impressed. This is the M30R tank bag. I've used this on everything from middleweight adventure bikes, big adventure bikes, middleweight sports bikes, super bikes, pretty much anything you can imagine. So it is really versatile. It's super easy. So it's got magnets in these flaps. You just drop it on, it holds itself in place, and then a little bit of strap goes around the headstock. Loads of pockets to stuff stuff in. You can put a map in this top transparent bit. There's a little hole that you can put a charger cable through if you're keeping your phone in there. It isn't always completely waterproof in this main compartment, but you get a waterproof liner.
Let's have a look at that.
So even if it does leak a little bit, which it doesn't, it takes a lot for it to leak because it's got rubberized zips and everything. Every time I go on a long trip, whatever test bike I'm on, I just sort of grab this and stick it on the tank and away I go. So these are 6 years old. They're out of range. You can't buy them anymore. They're from Macna. The new version of them is called the Zembla RTX DL.
Catchy name.
Catchy name. They're really good value. They're sort of at the bottom of Macna's range. So I've switched over to using heated gloves a lot. But sometimes, especially if I've got a bike with heated grips, I'd rather have a not heated pair of gloves. And these are brilliant. They stay warm until about 5 degrees. You can sort of get away with them. If you've got handguards, maybe a bit lower than that. But with heated grips, I can just use these all winter. They stay dry. They leak eventually, but what doesn't? The out-dry system is a bit like Gore-Tex. They're thick for a 3-season glove, but you can get away with 3 seasons with them. The other thing that Macna do, and they still do on their gloves, is this 30-degree offset strap. When you do the strap up, it pulls at 30 degrees around the back of your thumb. So it just feels like it's really held on and secure. And no holes yet. The liners are all still in one piece. This is a Beeline. I'm tempted to call it a sat-nav, but I think if I do, people would be disappointed. It's more like a little sort of prompt.
Okay.
All you get is just a little white arrow, basically, that tells you the next turn that's coming up. So it's not like turn by turn. You can't zoom out and see where you're going in general terms. If you were expecting a full GPS, you would be disappointed. But I find this brilliant. It's really subtle. One of their kind of USPs that they push hard is that it looks good on like retros. Really, really easy to just clip on. There's several different brackets you can get to put it in place on busy handlebars. It just sort of gives you a little tap on the shoulder, like, oh, remember this is your junction, and then off you go kind of thing. It's super easy to use, really, really intuitive. The battery life on this is really, really long. You're more likely to lose battery on your phone first, but if you've got a USB port, then that's not a problem. Really, really handy, really good piece of kit.
So everything you've brought along today,
I've reviewed in print. In most cases, I've reviewed online.
so if you want to look at any of Ben's in-depth reviews, go and search on our website for the various products that we've just seen. They'll all be listed below. All the kit that we test on MCN is all tested in real-world situations. So we do the kind of riding that everyone else does. We may pump in a few extra miles here and there, but essentially we're testing it in the same conditions day in and day out that you'll be using the kit in yourself. Thanks for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed this video and finding out all about the kit that Ben can't give up. Next time I'll be talking to a different member of the team on a different aspect of motorcycle kit. In the meantime, head over to motorcyclenews.com for the latest news, reviews and advice on all things motorcycling. Thanks for watching. Ride safe.